Mommy? Welcome home,
my lady.
Oh boy. Voice cutscene, so I need to definitely mute it. BRB.
What? What are you gawping at? Oh, I suppose I never gave the decor much thought. I'm glad that you approve, I think.
Lord Fortuneau is not to hear of this visit. And I should also like the children to have their gifts, ere my husband makes his return.
As you wish, my lady.
Master Alphino, Mistress Alice, if you'd accompany me upstairs.
We shan't be long.
The twins have been sending letters home from time to time, recounting their latest adventures. I am sure they withhold certain details, of course, if only to keep me from worrying. Yet a mother worries all the same. In the early days especially, I tried to support them as best I could, sending the Scion's coin and other such donations. Fortunately, they have found the strength to overcome adversity time and time again. Their words grow more confident with every letter, their depictions more vivid. The triumphs and defeats, the joys and sorrows. It is clear that they have come to find value in every experience. But of those they treasure most, it would seem that meeting you might be the most impactful. Why, since that fateful day, I do believe there has not been a single missive in which you were not mentioned by name. "'Tis plain they care for you, and I am glad they have such a steadfast companion watching over them. Under normal circumstances, I would offer you tea, but alas, these are anything but. In any event, why don't you keep me company whilst we await my children's return? Perhaps you might regale me with a tale or two of your exploits."
When you mentioned gifts, I wasn't sure what to expect. Mother,
Oh, look how well it fits you. And the style is to your liking?
It's perfect. Exactly what I would have chosen. But please, tell me you had something different made for Alphino.
Naturally. You are hardly little children anymore. And while I shall miss dressing you in those precious matching outfits, I must respect the individuals you have grown to become. See for yourself.
Thank you for the splendid clothes, Mother. Stylish, comfortable, and eminently practical.
I am so glad you like them. They are, however, missing one final touch.
If you'd allow me, Master Alphino.
Are these...
A sage's tools of the trade. They belonged to your father. Though he may as well be chained to his desk these days, as a student he was often called upon to venture into the field. He wielded those armaments, both to heal and to harm in no few battles. None so fierce as those you two have braved, perhaps, but battles nonetheless. Thus did I pull them out of storage, to show you that he was not always the man who stands in vehement opposition to you now. And also because it would be a terrible waste of ridiculously expensive House Leveilleur commissioned artistry. I am told these devices are quite difficult to master, but someone of your extensive experience should soon have them darting about with grace and aplomb. May the wisdom in that crystal serve you well. And please, try to find common ground with your father, that you might come and go without need for this awful subterfuge.
We will, Mother. I promise.
My final gifts to you, before you run off, are an observation and a suggestion. Firstly, Fortunato has ever been a serious man, but it was only after you were born that he truly lost himself in his work. I may not know the forum's inner workings, but I know your father's. The timing of that change in him holds some significance. Secondly, do not seek to best your father with words. Far better that you simply show him. Let him discover the merit of your actions, after they cannot be undone.
Oh, Mother.
We shall take your wisdom to heart. Thank you again for these gifts, and farewell for now.
Safe travels, my children. Eat well, stay warm, and keep your friends close.
Well, that was something.
Indeed.
And also, I was trying to ask, when can I punch their father in the
Oh,
throat?
no, I definitely heard you. As far as I know, I don't know. Everybody and their mother wants to punch him in some orifice or squishy place on his body, but as far as I know, you have to wait and see.
God
If I
damn
could
it.
plant 2 of my feet on his chest with aggravated urgency, that is what I would be doing. Also, I'm like, I want to say not even a third, a tenth of the way through the game, and it feels like I'm halfway, and it's kind of weird. In any lesser game, the game would have ended a long time ago.
Oh, and I'm gonna say again, Kirby, that you're right. Yeah, I think I might make Charlene my home city now.
Yeah, Charlene's base. It's
I love
easily my favorite.
I love Kugani to death, but man, Charlene is so chill.
Only thing Kugani has over Charlene right now is that jump puzzle. That's it. I'm kind of done with Kugane. I'm kind of done with all of the other city hubs, to be completely honest. I still have a soft spot for Gradania, because it's when I started with. And I will still go there to chill. But, Charlian was well worth the 10-year wait. Also, I was gonna say that the courthouse cutscene, where you're standing on trial or whatever, a lot of this expansion they touted as yoinking a lot from Final Fantasy IV, which is very obvious. But a lot of the other things that they're pulling from are not even Final Fantasy games. That courthouse scene is actually from a game called Chrono Trigger, which came out around the time Final Fantasy was getting like world renowned. And
Okay, I'm gonna stop you for a moment. Isn't Chrono Trigger somewhat related to what's the name? The Xenoblade series?
no,
Okay, I thought I heard that somewhere.
Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross often get conflated with the Xenosaga series, but no,
Ah, that's why.
But yeah, speaking of Xenosaga, there's just a lot of stuff that they're ripping from like their entire library of series that happen to go into space or utilize time travel in some capacity. And that courthouse case is not just famous in that, it's like one of those big set pieces in video game history that everybody remembers.
At least those that actually played it. AKA not me.
No, I'm just mean like if you talk to people who play video games and or are enthusiasts of video games, it comes up in conversation a lot when people talk about what are some of the most memorable moments in any game period. That comes up a lot. And yeah, that was pretty spot on, not gonna lie. That being said, you should totally play Chrono Trigger if you have the chance. It's one of those people who don't like RPGs, especially turn-based RPGs, will make an exception for Chrono Trigger because it is kind of godlike in every capacity a game could be good in.
I'm gonna keep that in mind. Because even though I call myself a video gamer, I have not really played that many video games, if I'm being real.
I mean, with the as soon as I got a computer, I ended all of that. Well, I don't have this console, so I can't play this. Or I used to play this at my cousin's house or at a friend's house, but so like,
Man, imagine having friends. Imagine having family. You're so lucky.
Imagine. And those who were into video games when it wasn't
right.
But yeah, as soon as I got a computer and I found out about ROMs and emulators, it was over. I played everything. My catalog or backlog is. People think the Steam backlog is a thing. Nah, once you find out about ROMs and emulators, it's over.
Well, if you can actually do them properly. Because I was searching for one for a game that was based off of a show, and while I was able to get it, I was only able to get the version for like fucking, I think it was like DS. When
DS?
I don't want that though. I want the one for the Xbox.
Imagine.
And I would love to, And I would also love to get a ROM for Fable 2.
They are becoming increasingly more difficult to get ever since, I guess, the cat out of the bag was spilled and a lot of the really good, safe, reliable sites went down, and the great Nintendo suing, or the Nintendo ninjas were like out to literally take millions of dollars from these people for no reason.
Literally the stupidest decision they ever made, and I'm glad the backlash really hurt them and it's affecting them to this day.
Everybody is. That's like, do you understand the absolute treasure trove of content that Nintendo is just sitting on for no reason? So that it could. It's kind of like speculation. You understand that economic theory, where like the whole point of going into, I guess we could use the NFT thing as well, as like people would sell baseball cards, Beanie Babies, and like things that people really shouldn't or would never care about normally at a very high price in order to speculate that people in real life will pay attention and say, hey, I can't believe that guy sold that for this price. What if, speculation, it goes up higher in price, and if I buy some, I could sell mine at an even higher price, and I can make $1 billion, million, trillion dollars. And I guess Nintendo thinks that if they hold on to their IP instead of letting the new generations of people play it, that the speculation on buying it when it's, you know, limited usually, because they only ever release things in a limited capacity nowadays, which is retarded, but shrug. Like the good example is the 3D Mario collection. They put that up for like a month or a couple weeks, and then they took it off.
The
forever.
fuck?
It was dumb. And it's not like people don't have the ability to play these games. We can play them on ROMs. There's literally Twitch categories of people playing these games. Speedrunning, ROM hack, all of that. But, you know, a lot of people just want it officially. They want it from Nintendo. Even if they have a ROM, they would not mind buying it because of the, sometimes official things come with features. Like, unreleased artwork, new tracks, remastered tracks, tracks that were unreleased. There's a bunch of stuff that only the developers could put in there. And I guess their speculation outweighs any kind of common decency in that people do not live forever and that tomorrow is not promised. And if we do not have a chance to play their games when they are available, that you will not get to speculate. And that, yeah, you do have some certain spikes in, I guess, sales whenever they do cool stunts like that, like putting things on the eShop. Putting a whole 30-year-old game on the eShop 4 times in a row on 4 different platforms, making you pay full price for it. Because Nintendo things literally never go on sale unless they royally screwed up. How much more money would they make if they were to have kept up their online store
The fuck?
indefinitely since the beginning?
Okay, that was weird.
I don't know what happened. That doesn't make any sense to me. But shrug.
It makes sense to me.
Sometimes-
They're fucking evil.
Like,
I actually did not realize how evil they were until you actually pointed out. Though to be fair, I don't play. I literally do not pay attention to Nintendo ever.
I mean, I pay attention to it because that's just what I've been playing since forever.
I'm trying to remember. I think I had a DS3, if I'm right, or DS2, and think I remember playing like 2 games on there, and that was basically it. And then
Man.
very recently, I got a
Switch.
a Switch.
For the express purpose of playing what though?
I think first.
Shin Megami Tensei?
No, that was before that game was even announced. I didn't even know.
Really?
I believe it was for Pokemon Sword and Shield because I wanted to see just how bad it was, and, and I wanted
You
to.
bought a whole Switch just to see how bad a Pokemon game was?
Yes.
Okay.
And I was not disappointed. It was well worth the money. Holy shit, that game is terrible and broken to all hell. Man, I just started the game. I'm like, yo, let me try let me try online trading, see what I can get because I really don't want to use my starter Pokemon because all three are fucking terrible. And what did I get? One of my favorite Pokemon of all time. Ferrothorn. Ah, I was happy. And I also got I also wanted to try playing an old Monster Hunter World game, or not Monster Hunter World, Monster Hunter game, Generations
Oh
Ultimate.
yeah, oh yeah.
The game I've yet to beat because oh my god, it is so uncomfortable to play that on a Switch. God, I wish they just put it on PC so I could play it on a controller.
I was about to say, why don't you just play it docked with a controller?
Cause then I had to do some extra shit like set it up to my computer, and I don't want to do that. I'm fucking lazy.
Imagine.
I also want to be able to actually like stream it on Discord so you guys can watch me, but that's not possible. Like I actually tried looking up if it was possible to stream a game on a Switch from to Discord, and
That requires a lot of finagling and a jailbroken Switch.
yep.
AKA a lot of effort. AKA too much effort for you.
AKA I don't know how that shit works.
That's me.
Because as I made clear plenty of times, I am retarded when it comes to technology.
Yet you're a PC gamer. Crazy.
Literally just because someone told me to get a PC instead of buying a PS4.
In hindsight, they did you a huge favor.
Yeah?
Maybe not in application. Man. I am super interested to see where I'm supposed to go to next in the story. But I just got some side quests, so oh well.